marginalised. No longer will we be isolated. Soweto Pride.
Soweto Pride was different.
The outfit is dark.
That is Once Upon a Time. Today, I want to welcome all of you into the Soweto Pride train. That's why we started this journey with Stimela, because this is the Soweto Pride train. I will be one of your MCs. I will take you through this journey. We're going to arrive, all of us, to the destination together. And it's over, man. DJ, take it.
So I am up in Johannesburg for a little bit of work for an organization that I consult for, Iranti. And I do a lot of their media work. And I just so happen to be here on the weekend that Soweto Pride is happening. So they asked, since I'm here, if I could shoot some of the event for them. And I was like, do I really want to work on a weekend? But then again, I'd also never been to Soweto Pride. And I've always wanted to go. So obviously I say yes. I figure I can also film some things for the vlog. And it was so different. We arrived there and there is a energy about that march that was very different to some of the other prides that I've experienced. Soweto Pride feels more like a authentic throwback to the original conception of what Pride used to be, which is a protest. And I guess given the context for the people who live here in Gauteng, in Johannesburg, in Soweto specifically, I think there's a very strong sense of community at Soweto Pride, and a community that is often quite overlooked in, I guess, the general scheme of queerness and queer lives and what the sort of party, joyful, celebratory vibe is that queer people and queer communities have generally been painted as. The sense of community there was incredible. And I don't know how to put that into words, that there was just a sort of togetherness that was very different from things that I had previously experienced. Contextually, the prides that I've been to has been Cape Town Pride, which is a very, let's say, joyful, party-ish kind of event. Cape Town is known as the queer capital, and it's partly that because there are incredible integrations of queer people and queer lives into the, I guess, Cape Town community, the Cape Town CBD, the Cape Town culture. And so with that, there are degrees of safety and security that come along with being that visible, that come along with being that integrated. Yes, there are obviously spaces in Cape Town which aren't queer friendly, and it is difficult for an incredible amount of people. But it is known as the queer capital for a reason. And given that, it sits in a little bit of contrast to what I experienced at Soweto Pride. And the sense of community, the sense of protest, the sense that things aren't well, the sense that things need to change is very, very strong at Soweto Pride. I mean, I do so much work with queer organizations, and I've been working in the NGO sector for like more than a decade. And this Pride felt like that. It felt like activism. It felt like driving towards change. It was so wonderful to see an inclusive Pride where particularly Intersex South Africa had been included in the program to raise visibility for the very, very, very real struggles that intersex people have been facing, and to sort of combat the erasure of intersex people.
All the organizers for having Intersex South Africa on the stage today. Woo! Woo! We find ourselves on the stage of Soweto Pride, making a moment in history for the first time. We marched today at Soweto Pride. We made a statement today that no longer will intersex people be erased. No longer will we be marginalized. No longer
also so great that they involved national government at Soweto Pride. They had the Minister of Justice and Security, I think, Ronald Lamola, who was on stage and made a whole address in solidarity with the queer community, and that was incredible.
We just want to thank you for this campaign and work, and state that as government we support all the initiatives, and we've been able to see all the stalls here, the human rights work that is being done by everyone here. We are also coordinating it now. We've elevated it to the National Task Team on sexual orientation, gender identity, expression, and sex characteristics.
And obviously there were amazing stalls from organizations, from individuals to entrepreneurs who were all there sort of creating this vibe, and eventually it did sort of turn into this party celebration, which was really, really wonderful. Few who were the organizers of this event really did a really, really great job, and I think we can all take a page out of the Soweto Pride playbook in bringing things back to our activism roots, back to our protest roots. Because for so many queer people in this country and on this continent, things aren't as rosy as we think they are. We need things to change. We need civil society. We need government. We need you and I and everyone who lives in this country to come together. We need each other, and we need community. Happy Pride, Soweto.